Hey, hello, everyone. Welcome to Father, Son, and Holy Sport weekly NFL show. It's G-Man and T-Money coming to you live. Wild card weekend in the NFL. You want some entertaining father-son camaraderie? We got you covered for the upcoming NFL week. T-Money, how you feeling, baby?
Oh man, could have been better for my Bengals. You know, we had a chance. The Chiefs clearly tanked versus the Broncos. They didn't want to play the big boys. You know, we were on a heater. So, it's a disappointing year for the Bengals, but excited for some playoff football. This is where the lights shine brightest and, the stakes are even higher. This is where the men come to play. So, we'll see what's going to happen this weekend. A lot of legacies online. So, I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, your Bengals finished strong, man. So nice job of that part. But sorry they did not make it in. Everybody wanted to see it,
Yeah.
except for the other teams,
Yeah, sure.
But the Detroit Lions, man, they were very disappointed last year. They lost in the NFC Championship. They were determined to get back there, and they have come back this year with a vengeance. Team money, NFC North title, number one seed, home field advantage, and a first round bye. They're not playing this weekend. How impressed are you with the Lions, Team Money?
Hey, I'm really impressed. Everyone, I was shaky on this Minnesota game coming in. They played versus San Francisco when they didn't have to. They all played their guys, and their defense the past 3 weekends looked very shaky. They let Green Bay score 31, Buffalo score 48. They Chicago scored 17. That's a lot for Chicago. Then San Francisco scored 34. So we're all thinking, oh my gosh, this defense is ravaged by injury. They've just had too many losses. They got through the Hutchinson injury good enough, but man, it looked like they weren't going to be able to make it through. And boy, did they hold Sam Darnold back. And Sam Darnold at MVP type numbers in year. Hey, held the Vikings to 9 points. Their offense put on a show. Gibbs had 4 touchdowns. Overall, this season, incredibly impressed with your boy Dan Campbell behind you there. This whole team seems like a team of destiny. I feel like all of America's rooting for Detroit right now. Very impressed because they didn't have to play San Francisco, and they did, and they came out and still put up 40. And they had a tough one on the line versus Minnesota for the 1 seed, and they came out and crushed them. So, and the defense showed up. So, look, I'm impressed with their coordinators. I'm impressed with Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, the offense. I'm impressed with everyone. So this is a team you don't want
Yeah.
to see in the playoffs, man. They deserve the bye. That rest up. I'm just so impressed. I have nothing negative really to say about them after the defensive performance they put up this weekend.
Team Money's in a good mood this week.
I
Nothing
guess
negative to
so.
say. And yes, Dan Campbell, man, everybody got to love him. But he had his critics. He had his critics, but he won them over. And his style is so fun for players. Players love it. He
Yeah.
just lays it out there, man. He's a player's player. And Aaron Glenn now all of a sudden is
Woo.
that he's now up for all these jobs.
I know.
You know,
Hot
he has a
coordinator.
great he bewilders Sam Darnold, which Sam Darnold has been bewildered many times in his career, and Aaron Glenn figured it out again. And Sam
Yep.
Darnold looked like the Sam Darnold of old, and Aaron Glenn now is like up for all these head coaching jobs. Hey,
Yeah.
he did great. He did
Hey,
great. They were in the backfield. I mean, they
they
were
were.
attacking Darnold. It
Yeah.
was crazy. But
Most
this
he's
is
ever been blitzed all season. So
unbelievable. Yeah. The resurgence of the defense, like you said, they went 14-1. Minnesota did against everybody else except the Lions, man. So the Lions get the number one speed. Um, Dan Campbell told us that Dave Montgomery's coming back. Dave Montgomery's going to
that's
be back in the
big.
backfield with Gibbs, who's had three straight 100-yard games. And so we'll see what happens there. Detroit and KC have the buys, so the other 12 teams play this week, 6 games, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Get ready for some loads of fun. So looking at these
Hmm.
other seeds there, Team Money, which low seeds has the best chance to make a deep run in the playoffs?
Oh man, this is interesting. I want to say I really like the Bucs. I like the Buccaneers path here, Commanders, then probably the Eagles. I just like them, and they were one of the few teams that beat the Lions. Like they have a path here, but that's a 3 seed. I won't go there. All right. I really like the Commanders. Jaden Daniels' ceiling, and that team is very high. So the Commanders could make a run, but with a rookie quarterback, I can't do it. My low seed here, because I like the AFC's top seeds, I think kind of have this locked up. The NFC, the Rams, man, they are looking scary. Okay. They won their last 5 games before resting everyone versus Seattle because they already had their division locked up. So they won their last 5 games. They won 6 out of their last 7. They won 9 out of their last 11 that they actually played. This team is on a heater. Okay. And this team is one of the few coach quarterback combinations that have a Super Bowl currently. So I would not want to see this team in the playoffs, how they've come together at the end here. The defense looks amazing. They held their last 3 opponents, they held to 6-9-9. I don't want to play this team. And when that
Yeah.
Cooper Cup, Puka Nakua team gets going, that offense looks scary. So I would not want to play the Rams. That's my low seed. I know they're a 4 seed, but they're not. The Packers and Minnesota both have better records. So
Yeah.
are they a low seed? I don't know, but I really like the Rams here. I think they can make a deep run. Don't be shocked when they're in the NFC Championship game. Don't be. I mean, they took the Lions to overtime to start the season, so this team is good enough. So I wouldn't
They
want to
can do
face
it.
this team. I wouldn't want to
They,
face this team.
Good pick. They can do it, but they got to get the passing game going. Team money. They
Yeah.
look at this. The last 3 games. Here's Stafford's passing yards. I was looking at the player props. Passing yards against San Fran, 160 against the Jets, 110
Yeah.
against Arizona, 189. The guys
That's
been throwing for
fair.
200.
That's fair.
They got to get the passing game going if they're going to be successful. They can't just run the ball. They might get by this weekend doing that, but I like them too. I just think I need to get that going.
Hmm.
And I'm agreeing with you, man. AFC, one of those top 3 seeds is going to win it. The
Yeah.
top 3 seeds is
Not even
going to
close.
win that AFC. Don't even try to bet a long shot.
Yeah.
I got a little secret bet for you later for you, the betting segment of our show. But I'm going to go over to the NFC. I think that's where the upsets could occur. I don't see Detroit making it through, man. I don't think they're going to do it. So I think it opens up. All right, and I'm going with the Bucs. I know their seed number, but no one's expecting the Bucs
That's what I was saying.
to
Yeah.
be the NFC champion. But I'm going to say, yeah, the Bucs. Baker 71% completion rate, thrown for 4,500 yards, 45 and 16 touchdown interception ratio. I like the Bucs to sneak through and win the NFC.
Yeah, yeah, that's a sneaky, sneaky team, man. No one wants to see these guys right now. Baker had an incredible year, and what they win 6 out of their last 7 with a weird loss to Dallas where they still scored 24 points. So I'm just saying that's a team you don't want to mess with. I like them a lot too, G man.
So, Team Money, let's go back and talk about the Bengals real quick before we move on. Got a lot of firings happening this week. We're going to talk about some of them. One guy that did not get fired was Zach Taylor. They fired their DC. One major reason is that their defense was ranked 25th in both points allowed and yards allowed. They just could not overcome it on the offensive side. So they fired their DC, but they did not fire Zach Taylor, Team Money. Should the Bengals have considered that?
And this is a tough one because I feel like there was a lot of games that were extremely close this year. That Kansas City game, there was that weird pass interference call, and it was a last second field goal made by Kansas City. The New England game, we fumbled the football at the 1 yard line and lost by 6. And 2 Ravens games were decided by field goals that we missed to win the game. So it's really hard. I'm not a big Zach Taylor fan. I'm really not. This year specifically, we teetered on that line and we lost. And we finished the season with 5 straight wins with a chance to make the playoffs with a Hail Mary. And we had it, it was possible. I don't mind Zach Taylor being the head coach. I just, the defense was so bad. That's the one thing. And Zach Taylor, that's not technically his fault. if Joe Burrow's putting up these numbers, we got to be able to win games when we score 30 points, and we can't. And so I think that I'm going to give Zach Taylor a leash here just because of the way he finished the year. I've not been a big Zach Taylor fan recently, but there were so many instances where we could have won the game and we drop a ball, or there's a pass interference or there's a missed field goal. We went for two versus the Ravens to win the game. There's plenty of instances where this team could easily have won 13 games instead of 9. And so I'm going to give Zach Taylor a pass here, but I'm glad there's an overhaul. Something's got to change here. We need to make moves. We had the leading sack getter, the leading receiving yards, touchdowns, and receptions getter, and the leading passing yards guy. Never happened on the same team and didn't make the playoffs. That's insane. So
Yeah.
we got those three guys. Henderson's locked up next year. They'll sign Chase. I don't know about T. Higgins, but he missed a lot of time anyways. But it's a disappointing year to say the least because of the firepower we had, and we're probably going to lose T. Higgins. But I don't think we should fire Zach Taylor. As much as I hate saying that, I think there was a lot of close games that could have gone the other way.
I guess Mike Brown the owner of the Bengals had a come to Jesus meeting with Zach Taylor, said, you better be better in 2020, the next year, you better be better. And Zach Taylor's kind of got his tail between his legs, like whimpering, his way back to the microphone. And so he's had a little whooping,
Yeah.
And he's fallen in line, and he's fired. When you start firing people on your staff, and especially if you've hired some of them, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
They fired a lot of people. And Zach Taylor's next. And here's my bar, T-Money. Next year, if they start 0-3 or 1-4, fire them. They do that again.
Yeah, we
let
can't
him
be
go.
doing that. I agree.
You can't start slow again. They always start slow.
Always.
I would tell them, hey, man, you start 1-4 or 0-3. You get down 3 in the one loss column, you are gone, man.
Yep. I agree with that. I like that play, G.
It's a new play. Mm-hmm. So sorry, I got a call here from my agent. But hey, six job openings right now for head jobs in the NFL.
Yeah.
Looking across this landscape, it's interesting, T-Money. I look at the draft order. The guys who have the picks 1, 2, and 3 do not have open head coaching jobs. The 1, 2, and 3 guys are still there.
Crazy. Crazy.
But just about all the rest of them from 4 to 10 have job openings. So, T-Money, what do you think? What's the best job? Is it the Jets job? Is it the Jags job? Or is it C, some other job?
Oh, gosh. I wasn't expecting C. Oh, man. Because I think the Cowboys job is going to become open as well. So I do think.
Not counting that.
Yeah, I think that those are the best ones. But I do like, the Bears right now. I do.
Oh, okay.
I like the Bears. The Raiders I wouldn't want to touch. Patriots, Drake May's fine, but that roster's horrible, and you're dealing with a son that's the GM. The Jets are a complete mess. The Jaguars seem like a complete mess. I like the potential of Caleb Williams and the receiving core, the defense. The GM seems to be okay. I think there's a lot to do, with that Chicago team. So I really like Chicago. You're in a major market. The GM seems stable-ish right now. So, yeah, I think that the guy that I would want to, go coach right now is the young star in Caleb Williams, and you can load up that roster because he's on a rookie contract, which I also like.
Yeah, look at the Jets versus the Jags, T-Money. The Jets versus the Jags. The Jets is kind of exciting. The thing I like about the Jets is it's the only job with the GM and the head coach both open. So you can come in with your guy, if you have that, if you're the head coach and you got a GM you like and you guys get along, you can come in together. I like that. And I like the fan base. The Jets fan base is diehard. They're never going to give up.
Yeah.
Whereas the Jags seems to me a little more laid back environment. They'll let a little bit of some of the losses go. And, you kind of at a little above average there with their quarterback. Yeah, they got a quarterback. He's a little bit above average. Whereas the Jets might go out and get somebody really good, and you get that exciting high pressure. Do you like high pressure as head coach? If you do, get into the Jets, man.
Yeah.
So hey, what do you think about the Patriots? They fired Mayo. Was that smart?
Yeah. I think that it was smart to fire Jared Mayo. He clearly was in over his skis. He seemed like a really nice guy. He's been this coach in waiting. I heard a lot of interesting takes that he's never been outside of the Patriots organization. You talk about guys that have been in an organization and coaching, for a while and the coaching trees, but he played under Bill Belichick and then only coached under Bill Belichick. He has no other reference point with another great head coach. Like, hey, I really liked what this head coach did here and that head coach did here, and I'm going to make my own thing. And so I just don't think that, that he had any new ideas. He had bad press conferences. He's supposed to be a defensive guy, and the defense was atrocious too. And I just like, starting from anew. Obviously, Mike Vrabel seems like they're going to lock up quick here. I think that's the hire, and Vrabel seems to want to go there. So I think that was a smart move. You can get Mike Vrabel over Jared Mayo. Yeah, it's a smart move if that's what they
Yeah,
did. Now, if they go out and they get some other coordinator, I'll be a little annoyed. Give the guy a shot. He's been your coach and waiting forever. But if it's variable, it's not even a discussion. It's a smart move.
yeah. It's funny how variable changed in 1 year. Nobody wanted him last year. Now everybody
Yeah.
wants him. You
Yeah.
know, he was fired after a 6-11 season. His overall record is 54-46, but he brings in that discipline, that toughness, that defense. That's people I guess want that now. But hey,
Yeah.
I looked at what are the worst records over the last 2 seasons. If you say, hey, a guy, you got to give him at least one, 2 seasons. And I know Mayo was only in the job 1 year, but like you said, he was in there coaching all the way through. So the last 2 seasons, worst records. Okay. Who's got the worst record?
Patriots.
Patriots, 7-27.
Yeah.
Sorry. Panthers, 7
Oh,
and 27. Still got their coach. Patriots, 8-26.
yeah.
Fired their coach. Titans, 9-25. Did not fire their coach. New York Giants, 9-25. They did not fire their coach. Isn't that amazing? These
Crazy.
guys are sticking with them, except for the Patriots. They fire their guy.
Yep. Yep. A little crazy. But like I said, you get Mike Vrabel, I'd understand it.
Hey, thanks to our show sponsor, Blue Tees Golf Team Money. Go to blueteesgolf.com, get affordable, high quality golf products that you can use to pick up your golf game. Spring's going to be coming. You see the Masters start to advertise already, coming in April. Things like speakers and rangefinders. Enter your coupon code FSHS. Get a 10% discount on your order. Also, do us a favor, press that like and subscribe button, everybody. Help us continue to bring you the fun father son content every week. Let's shift gears here. Move on to our picks of the week. T Money and I having a great season this year.
Mm-hmm.
T Money, nice picking last week, 2-0
Not too
on your
bad.
picks. Not bad, T Money, not bad. You're doing it. Trying to catch G Man in his player prop percentage. You're doing great. But let's go first to our lock of the week for these wild card games coming up Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Who do you like the best on the board for the bets?
Look, I like the Chargers here. I know they're favored by 3, but I think that this team is headed in the right direction right now. Houston's defense seems to be leaking oil. I know they won their last game versus Tennessee, but that's Tennessee. They were going for the number 1 pick. Before that, they lost 2 games to Baltimore and Kansas City, not scoring over 20 in either game. Had 2 points in one game, 31 and 27 points allowed there. And the Chargers, meanwhile, put up 34, 40, and 34. I like Jim Harbaugh to come in here and off a lowly division winner. It's not a big outdoor game. It's indoors in Houston. So, Justin Herbert's looking good, throwing for over 345 yards this past game versus the Raiders. I really like the Chargers here. I don't think CJ Stroud's looked good this year, and I think Justin Herbert's going to get his first win, and Jim Harbaugh is going to come into Houston and take down an AFC division winner.
Okay, Team Money. I did not want to take a chance on that game, but I see why you did that pick, and I support it. I like the under in that game a little better, Team Money. Give me a little bonus pick on the under in that game with the Chargers. You know they're going to want to run that ball, especially if they get the lead. They're going to run it. Harbaugh's going back to his roots, and he'll run it in the whole second half if he's in the lead. And Houston, terrible in the red zone, not throwing touchdowns. I like the under on this one. But I'll give you my lock of the week here, Team Money. I'm going back to Tampa. I told you I like Tampa. I'm going to take them Sunday night, 8 o'clock, Sunday Night Football over Washington, -3. Is that the latest? Just looking here. And yes, it is. It's still at 3 this morning. Hey, did you know that Baker Mayfield is one of the top 3 best quarterbacks in the playoffs against the spread? Baker Mayfield, 3-1. Against the spread, and rookies in the last 15 years, 0-5 straight up in the playoffs. I'm going Baker. I'll go the 3. They might win in the last second field goal, and I'll push, but I also could win big. So let's go there.
All right. I like it. So for my dog lock pick of the week here, I'm going Rams +1 versus the Vikings. All right. I really like the Rams here. I'm surprised the Vikings aren't favored more, or the Rams aren't favored at all. It's a home game for the Rams. The Rams have beaten Minnesota. They're the only other team in the NFL besides the Lions that have beaten the Minnesota Vikings. They beat them 30-20. All right. As I mentioned, this defense the past 3 weeks, 6 points, 9 points, 9 points. They are on a heater. The defense is playing great. And yes, they didn't score a lot of points in those games. But the game before that, when they needed to put up a lot, when they faced the Buffalo Bills, what they do? They put up 44 points. So when this team needs it, they have the offensive explosion. They're at home. They're a veteran head coach quarterback combination that's won a Super Bowl. Sam Darnold looks like he's reeling right now. And so he might turn back into the pumpkin we all thought he was. And so I like the Rams +1 to get the W versus the Vikings.
I got the same pick. I think everybody's on these Rams, man. Everybody's giving up on the Vikings. Darnold showing a little kink in the armor.
Yeah.
The Rams rested their starters. They should be able to run. And I'm worried about Sam Darnold. Is he reverting back to his old self? And the Rams are going to fill the box, man. They're coming at Sam Darnold. The formula's already there. They learned it last week. And I just worried about Darnold, man. I like the Rams also, but I'll give you a bonus pick.
Well, and they got a bye, G. That's the other thing I like. They took the Seattle week off as well. So
yeah, that's true. That's right. So I'll give you another bonus pick just because we picked the same dog lock, and that's going to be on your who's going to win the NFC. Go in there and bet NFC champion, okay? I don't think Detroit's going to win it. So who do you like, everybody? I think the Eagles at +290. Remember, $100 bet on a +290, you win 290. I like that as a sure bet. Philadelphia. You want to go long shot? I might try both of these. Tampa Bay +1,000 to win the NFC. I'm not talking about the Super Bowl. I'm talking about the NFC. $100, you win 1,000 on Tampa Bay. That's pretty good odds there, man.
Yeah, pretty good. I like it.
Team Money likes that. All right, there's our picks for you, everybody. You want to see some player props, Team Money?
Let's hear it. G-Man's best betting segment here. He's always on point. Got the best players to bet on. What do you got, G-Man's player prop of the week?
You know, I got to try doing, though. I got to try to do some parlays because guys like you like parlays.
Come on.
And I go 4-1 and a guy like you loses. So I got to come up with a parlay because because I got the straight bettors covered going 4-1.
Yeah.
But I do have five. I have a 5-pack for you. You parlay players, pick 3 of these. All right, it's your choice.
Okay.
So I got 3 quarterbacks I like. I like the Bo Nix over 222 on the pass yards. 6 of the last 7 weeks. In fact, last week he had 321, and all he's got to do is beat 222. Could be playing from behind. That seems like an easy one. How about Lamar? Over 48 rush yards. He's done that 4 of the last 5 games. The last time against Pittsburgh, he had 46. The line's 48. It might be close, but I like him over 48. He's been running a lot more lately. And then I like Baker. I like Baker in the Washington Tampa Bay game. Of course, I like Tampa Bay to win that, and I like Baker over 1.5 touchdowns. He's had at least 5 games in a row. So I'm going to go with him
Yeah.
again there. There's
Yeah.
our 3 quarterbacks. How about a couple running backs for you, T Money? Your boy James Cook, anytime touchdown. 4 games in a row, he scored at least a touchdown. James Cook to score. And then the last one, Derrick Henry. I'm going to surprise you here with the player prop, but I've studied them all. I do that so you don't have to, everybody. Over 5 receiving yards. How's that for a prop? That's one catch. You get one catch to Derrick Henry, you get that prop. He's beaten 18 yards 4 of the last 5 games. He's getting more than one catch. So 5 receiving yards, Derrick Henry, lock that in. Man.
Easy. All right. Got him locked. Like it, G-Man.
There you go. That's it for today's show. Team Money, get ready for NFL Wildcard Weekend, everyone. Father Son Sports loves bringing you the NFL energy. We hope you had fun. On behalf of Team Money, I'm G-Man. See you next week.
Peace.